welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Yosha and I'm your go-to girl for all things real. So today we're gonna be talking about Atlanta, and I'm gonna be telling y'all some stuff that y'all should know before moving to Atlanta. About me, I am born and raised in Georgia. I've lived in Atlanta. I lived there for about 5 years. I don't currently live in the city of Atlanta, but I feel like what better person to give y'all some advice about moving to Atlanta, relocating, or just being in the state of Georgia than somebody that's from here. I've seen these type of videos a lot on YouTube, and they're usually from people who moved here and they've been here for like a year or 6 months or 2 years or whatever. And I'm like, you gotta listen to somebody that's from here so you can really get it. So in this video, I'm gonna be discussing some things that you should know before moving here, giving y'all some tips that will help you be successful here, and just giving y'all my 2 cents. So let's get right into it. I recommend saving anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000. When I was looking for a home, I saved over 15 grand, and that money was very helpful for me once we moved out. And we had to buy furniture, we had to buy like the stuff that you need to turn on gas, water, lights. Things were adding up really quickly, and that money got chopped down to less than half within months because of all the unexpected expenses. So definitely save at least $10,000 before you consider relocating. If you don't, then expect to come in working and ready to do some things, because it's very true that you might move in and not have furniture in all the rooms for a while if you don't have that safety net. Also, you never know what emergencies might happen. If you move to Atlanta during a pandemic, then you experience Georgia in a different way. I have a friend, Alicia. She did some videos and she's always talking about Atlanta and like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. And I always be, let her know, like, sis, some of what you're saying is true, but it can be true of any place. If you move somewhere in the middle of a pandemic, you're not seeing it in the best time. Other people will also say, like, I've heard people say, oh, people in Atlanta are flaky. I've heard this more than once from people who are not from here. And I'm gonna just say this, flaky people are everywhere. It is not the state of Georgia. When you move somewhere, you can't have the mindset that just moving there is going to change your life. It's just not. Atlanta is literally a place for opportunities. It's a place for connecting. It's a place to get, like, really take stuff to the next level. As is Texas and some other places like California, you can move and really see the opportunities. But it really all depends on you. I know a lot of folks that have great gifts and they sleep on them, and then they complain about, oh, well, it's just my job, or it's just this city, it's everybody else. Like, no, you got to take a look at yourself and see what you're doing and if you're doing enough. You know what I mean? And it takes being real with yourself to understand that, but I highly recommend doing that because Atlanta is a great place to be. Now, a lot of people also ask me, well, where should I move? Where should I live? Do you recommend living in Atlanta, or should I move in another city that's near Atlanta? Honestly, most people that are from Georgia are gonna tell you that we don't wanna live in Atlanta. Atlanta is pretty ghetto in some most areas. When you say Atlanta, a lot of places are not truly Atlanta, okay? When we think about Atlanta, we thinking about downtown Atlanta, Grady, baby. We thinking, Lucky Street, World of Coca-Cola, the aquarium area. That's Atlanta. You don't want to live there because it's going to be expensive. You're not going to have a lot of land. There's crime. Just being honest, there's crime. Everywhere you go, there's a fee to park. If you do have a condo near Atlantic Station or somewhere, it's 19th, 17th Street area, it's gonna be expensive. Like, you can't even really host a party and folks come because they don't have a place to park. And if they do, there's a fee to park. Atlanta is a great place to gather for events. It's a good place to go for concerts. It's a good place to go for lounges and nightlife and even like networking events and things like that. But as far as living, I just feel like the hustle and bustle of downtown is too much for me. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and when it was time for me to buy a home, I did not even consider the true heart of Atlanta. My father, his home is in Atlanta. He lives close to the HE Homes station area, and prior to him and my stepmom buying that house, they lived in other places that they were renting. They always rented houses. So when I lived with them, we lived near Camp Creek, Campbellton Road area, and that's Atlanta. And that was very ghetto. When I say that, I mean like there's no Publix, there's no restaurants with healthy choices. You're gonna get Piggly Wiggly, you're gonna get very much Wayfield grocery store. I don't recommend moving to Atlanta. I do recommend moving outside of Atlanta. You want to be close to Atlanta. The perk of living in Atlanta is that if you do live in Atlanta, your commute to work, your commute to any sort of event is going to be short. I'm talking 15 minutes, which is awesome. That is one thing that I do miss about living with my dad, is that all my commutes were short. My friends want to go to a restaurant in Gwinnett, it takes me 30 minutes. If my friends want to go somewhere downtown, it takes me 15 minutes. If we want to Uber somewhere downtown, a lot of times my friends would park their cars at my father's house and we'd Uber because the Uber ride would be cheap. It was super close to everywhere. When you move into the suburbs, you're not going to be that close to everything anymore. Atlanta is still in the center, so it'll be a 30-minute drive, which is not that bad, but everything else is not close. Some counties that I do recommend that you consider are Cobb County, Gwinnett County, Henry County, Douglas County, and even like Paulding County, depending on what area that you're interested in. It's really all about what's important to you. Like if your job is in Cobb County, then you probably don't want to move to Gwinnett County because your commute is going to be an hour every day. And pretty much Atlanta is the center of everything, and the counties that I just named are kind of like metro Atlanta. It surrounds it, so everything that you go to is going to be about 30 minutes away. Henry County is a good area too, but Henry County is far away. Like Henry County is not close to anything except Atlanta. It's like I said, it's like a 25-30 minute drive depending on traffic. And they're really building that area up. It's very nice. It's a nice place to raise a family. You can get a home and it'll be nice and you'll have a yard and everything. If you don't really care about that, or if you're a single person, then you can probably consider like Sandy Springs area, which is pricey. Come with your money ready because it's gonna be expensive. Rent for apartments is $1,000 and up, okay? Especially in these areas that are more upscale. I know a lot of folks want luxury vibes and stainless steel appliances and the whole shebang. Just know that you're gonna be paying up to $1,200 a month for that sort of experience. If you move to like Clayton County, which I lived in Clayton County for like 3 years with my father while I was in college. I lived on campus. I went to Clayton State University. My dad's house at the time was in Forest Park. They were renting. The area was safe. We never had any issues with crime. The school system sucked. I didn't go to school there. Like I actually stayed in school at Cobb County because my best friend's mother at the time adopted me so that I could basically stay with them on paper and continue to go to school. So I grew up in Cobb County, but my mother and dad were separated. So my mom and I lived in Marietta. My father lived in different areas of Atlanta. He lived in Hapeville at one point. He lived in Forest Park at one point. Then he moved to the Campbellton Road and Camp Creek area before they bought their house, which is in Atlanta right now, close to the H.E. Holmes station. So I say all that to say, I've seen these different areas. Clayton County is safe where we were. The Forest Park area, I would say that that's a safe area, but the school system is not great. And so when I was looking for a home, I didn't consider Clayton County because I already have a child. I have a 6-year-old, and I want him to have the best. So some of the better counties for going to school in would definitely be like Douglas County, Henry County, Cobb County. I grew up there. I graduated from school there. I highly recommend, but Cobb is expensive. In fact, Cobb used to just be Cobb. It used to be nothing associated with Atlanta. And when they started building that area up, gentrification, y'all. Now the Brave Stadium is there and it's Atlanta all of a sudden. But Atlanta, it spreads very far. You know, you could be in Sandy Springs, they're gonna call it Atlanta. You could be near Perimeter Mall, they're gonna call it Atlanta. You could be in Cobb County, near the Brave Stadium, they're gonna call it Atlanta. But the true Atlanta is downtown, and I don't think that that's the area that you should move into because honestly, it's ghetto. You're gonna have to pay to park, and you're not gonna have a lot of space, and it's gonna be overpriced because of location. these other areas are gonna be a little bit better, but you just have to determine distance and what's important for you. Definitely have a job before you get here, unless you're okay with hopping right into being a server at Waffle House or somebody's lounge or club. There's plenty of them here. And you know, that can be hit or miss, especially with the pandemic and everything. Like, you're not gonna have people coming in all the time if you work in a lounge or a club. And some people don't even like going out like that anymore because of the pandemic. So definitely get yourself on LinkedIn. If you're looking for like a corporate job, get yourself out there. Make sure you're telling them that you're willing to relocate. Work from home jobs right now are it, okay? One thing that Rona taught a lot of these corporations is that people can be successful from their homes. So if you can land a job whose corporate office is headquartered in Atlanta, there are so many companies here in Atlanta that are headquartered here in Atlanta, Georgia, or somewhere close that may have remote positions. I would highly recommend trying to get you a work from home position. Not only will that help you be able to transition from your state to Georgia, but it also allows you to kind of get yourself adjusted before having to deal with traffic and all that stuff. If you do desire to move somewhere else, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just want you to understand that it's not always the place or the place's fault. Sometimes people blame the place and they're like, it's my state, I'm just gonna move to Georgia and that's gonna solve all my problems. Or a lot of folks want to move to Texas too. I've been hearing it, and it's like, relocating is not gonna like change everything for you. It's not going to alleviate all your problems if you're the problem. So I definitely think you should do a deep dive before moving here. Like I said, it's a great place to be. It's a good place to raise a family, but the cost of living is going up here like it is everywhere else, but it's still much cheaper than living on the West Coast or living up north. Overall, people are really friendly and willing to help you. There's a lot of support groups on Facebook. Women of insert city name. Find it, add yourself to it, and you can really learn about what's going on in the city. Definitely peep out the surrounding before you move here. Do not trust these people online with these apartment complexes or these homes, because you can rent a home. Like I said, my father and my stepmom, they rented homes for years before they finally bought their home. And these pictures will look like a freaking magazine, honey. The nicest thing you ever seen. And then when you get in there, it's in the middle of the hood. It don't look nothing like the damn pictures. It's like they stole them pictures from someone else. Or this was what it looked like when it was brand new before 4 or 5 people came in here and messed it up. So try to peep it out first. If you want and you can, take a trip to Georgia and spend 3 days down here and just kind of ride around. See what it's like at night. Those are things that I recommend that you do, period. Like, before I purchased this home, we definitely rode by here just to see, okay, what's this neighborhood like during the day? Okay, let's ride by at night. What's this like at night? Just to get an idea. You're never gonna get the full picture until you move in, but do your research. You know, don't just trust the folks on the internet, and don't do no Craigslist or nothing like that that can get you scammed. Like, make sure it's legitimate. Do your research. And if you are working for a big company, sometimes they will have partnerships with apartment complexes, and you can get a discount on your deposit, no deposit. You can have a better like fee than other people that are just coming in, general population. So look into all of that type of stuff. If you have any questions about living in Atlanta, things that you want me to share, please leave those questions down below. If you are in Georgia just like I am, be sure to share your advice too. I'd love to hear it. If you have a question or want me to do a video, you can always ask Yosha. Just drop that question down below or send me a message on Instagram. Thank y'all for watching. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.